That's a Vulcan ultimate. We get knocked up. Loki ults us. We're going to use our ultimate to avoid the CC. We're able to get the pick onto the Sylvanas. We're going to run into the jungle. We're very weak. Vulcan's able to get the pick onto the Fenrir. We're going to throw off our 1, then our ranged 1. We're getting chased by 2. We're just going to keep falling back. Loki is nearby. We're going to activate our Caltraps. We're able to reveal him. We're able to get the pick onto the Loki. Love that. Nice little turnaround. He was chasing us. We were very weak, and we were able to just melt him. Vulcan's nearby. He places his turret. We're going to blink past his turret. Use our 2. Get the stun under tower. Basic. And we're able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Shiny B Gaming, and today we're doing a skin showcase and a viewer request to play the Bit Slayer Tsukuyomi in Jungle. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intentions of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, I think this is one of the best skins that they've released in a long time. I don't know why, but I really like this skin. It kind of looks like a chibi skin, but his head is normal sized, and then the blades just look absolutely fantastic. Tsukuyomi has a lot going on in his kit. He has a slow, he has a movement speed steal, and he has a stun and an ultimate that can chase down enemies. So let's go ahead and jump into Tsukuyomi's kit. Starting with Tsukuyomi's passive, Shingetsu and Mangetsu. Tsukuyomi wields Shingetsu in his left hand and Mangetsu in his right hand. When these weapons damage an enemy, they're going to become empowered. His left hand Shingetsu is going to gain a 50% cleave and restore mana whenever it's empowered. And the empowered Mangetsu is going to deal bonus damage and restore health. Tsukuyomi's 1, Dark Moon Shuriken. Tsukuyomi is going to call a Shuriken that he can throw that damages enemies and stops on enemy gods sticking to them. If Tsukuyomi gets close to the god, he's going to retrieve the Shuriken and reduce its cooldown. After casting this ability, Shingetsu's next basic attack becomes ranged, and this attack is going to steal movement speed from the enemy that was hit. The cooldown reduction from picking up the Shuriken is 4 seconds, and the movement speed steal is 25%. Tsukuyomi's 2, Kusarigami. Tsukuyomi is going to combine his Shingetsu and Mangetsu to form a Kusarigami. Tsukuyomi is going to swing this weapon left, right, and then in front of him. Whenever he's swinging left and right, he's going to deal damage and disarm enemies. Whenever he is swinging over him, he's going to stun the enemy that he hits. Tsukuyomi is going to gain 25% increased movement speed when using this ability. The disarm duration is 1 second, the stun duration is 1 second at level 1, 1.4 seconds at level 5. Tsukuyomi's 3, Silver Moon Caltraps. Tsukuyomi is going to summon some Caltraps that damage enemies and slow them for 1.5 seconds. Enemies that move inside the Caltrap field take damage and are slowed. After casting this ability, Mangetsu's next basic attack becomes ranged. This attack deals bonus physical damage. The slow is going to be 15% at level 1, 25% at level 5. And finally, Tsukuyomi's ultimate, Piercing Moonlight. Whenever Tsukuyomi casts this ability, he's going to gain crowd control immunity and 30% damage reduction. He fires 4 beams of Moonlight. Enemies damaged become marked. Each beam can hit up to 3 enemy gods. After firing all beams, Tsukuyomi charges forward at the speed of light, dashing through all enemies in the order that they were hit, dealing damage. Tsukuyomi will end by dashing to the final enemy hit. If Tsukuyomi kills an enemy god with this ability, he's going to gain both of his ranged basic attacks. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 2, level 2, put a point into our 1, level 3, put a point into our 3, level 4, put another point into our 2, level 5, put a point into our ultimate. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can, max out our 2, max out our 1, max out our 3. I think it is also doable to max out your 1 before your 2, however I like maxing out my 2. We were able to get the first blood on the Loki, that's going to provide us an additional 500 gold. I'm going to go ahead, drop this red buff, and then back, and then start another rotation. We started with Bumba's Dagger, then a tier 1 of Jotunn's Wrath. Bumba's Dagger is going to provide us 50 health and 50 mana. It has a passive that your basic attacks deal 20 true damage, and your abilities deal 30% damage versus jungle monsters. When a jungle monster is killed, you are restored for 10% of the monster's health and 25 mana. We bought the tier 2 boots. we always want to try to buy the tier 2 because the tier 2 is going to provide us a little bit of power. The tier 1 does nothing for us other than 5% movement speed. We're going to go ahead and drop this blue buff. If I plan on ganking solo lane, I will clear the harpies than the blue buff. However, the solo on the enemy team was under tower, so I don't think we were going to gank. Our left basic attack is going to do an AoE damage once it's empowered, and then our right basic attack is just going to deal extra damage. Left provides us with a mana regen, the right provides us with health regen. We hear Loki nearby. We're just going to set up our wards. Tsukuyomi is a pretty good matchup into Loki. He has a lot of ways of trying to reveal Loki. Think about rotating left, but it doesn't look so good. So we're going to just catch this Vulcan in the jungle. That's his Aegis. Really early Aegis from him. We're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and cast our ultimate. I don't know what that was. And we're able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. Since we got a kill in our ultimate, we have the ranged basic attack from our 1 and our 3.
Your right tower is under attack.
We're going to go ahead, rotate, clear the red buff, and then probably back. For our relic, we got blink. I like going blink on almost every jungler.
Your left tower is under attack.
Are you kidding me?
We're going to go ahead and pick up the Warrior Tabi. Warrior Tabi is going to provide us 40 power, which is the most power of all the boots. I've been meaning to try an attack speed Tsukuyomi with the blades for a while. I just always go to the ability based Tsukuyomi instead of the attack based Tsukuyomi.
Enemy missing middle. Be careful, right.
I feel like Tsukuyomi is a very solid god who can be played into multiple characters. Like, I don't think he has any hard counters. His ult is very cool. Probably one of the coolest abilities in the game. They can hit up to 12 enemies, and the only way they can avoid it is to not get hit or to use an Aegis.
Enemy missing middle. Be careful, left.
Was that a Loki? Couldn't really tell. We're going to rotate. It looks like our team is in a fight. Team doesn't even need us, so we're just going to rotate back to mid. There's 2 over and right. We're going to rotate over, see if we can save this Mulan, maybe pick up a kill or 2. We throw out our 3. Throw out our ranged 1. He's invis. If we can see him, we can get him with our ultimate. Yep. Bye-bye, Loki. So even if we get a pick from just shooting our beams of Moonlight, we're going to teleport to whoever we hit last. This skin is just super clean. I think it's the purple, the gold, and the blue highlights that just look fantastic. His hair looks clean. The style in which he was designed looks clean. Really like this skin. Probably my favorite skin of the whole patch. And I don't think the card art does it justice. It's once you see it in game, you're like, ooh, this looks good. We're gonna go ahead and rotate to the red buff. We're kind of just sticking to our rotation, getting picks along the way. We're gonna go ahead and get the tier 2 of Jotunns. Looks like our dual lane has a little bit of a lead, and then our solo lane is tied with the enemy. That's gonna put the enemy solo lane ahead.
Are you kidding me?
We're gonna try to rotate up. Look, he's here. Looks like he's just running away. So right now, while we are chasing him, we're missing the farm from our harpies. We throw out our 2, we get the stun, and we're able to get the pick onto the Loki.
Your middle tower is under attack.
We're going to see if we can get some damage off onto this Amaterasu. We get our 1. We pick up our Shuriken, reducing its cooldown. Activate our 2. We get the stun. She dashes by, but we have our ultimate. So we're able to get the pick onto the Amaterasu. Tsukuyomi doesn't have a traditional dash, but if you can get the enemy to use their dash and then use your ultimate, you should be able to get the pick onto them.
Enemy missing middle.
What Blink allows us to do is get close to an enemy, force a dash out of them, and then we can use our ultimate to chase them down. If we use our ultimate to get in there, and then they dash after our ultimate has finished casting, then they're pretty much free. We're just going to ignore this Vulcan, go straight for the Sylvanas, but we get knocked up. Loki's here, he gets a ult off onto the Hell. We get the stun. We're going to leave it for Fenrir to clean up, and he's able to.
An enemy has been slain.
Just taking a look at the levels, if we need to help out a lane, it's most likely going to be solo. The enemy solo laner just got a level lead on our solo laner. We're going to go ahead and pick up Jotunn's Wrath. Jotunn's Wrath is going to provide us 50 physical power, 150 mana, 10 flat penetration, and 20% cooldown reduction. These stats on this item are so strong, it does not have a passive. We're really picking it up for the flat penetration and the 20% cooldown reduction.
Enemy missing middle.
We go ahead and drop the blue buff. I don't think Mulan was close enough to get the XP right there. Alma's very weak. Mulan's able to clean her up.
The laser bait.
Your middle tower is under attack. Enemy missing middle.
Good 3 by that Vulcan.
Enemy missing.
There's absolutely no point in going for his turret. He's just going to place another one. We get the stun onto the Sylvanas. That's a Vulcan ultimate. We get knocked up. Loki ults us. We're going to use our ultimate to avoid the CC. We're able to get the pick onto the Sylvanas. We're going to run into the jungle. We're very weak. Vulcan's able to get the pick onto the Fenrir. We're going to throw off our 1, then our ranged 1. We're getting chased by 2. We're just going to keep falling back. Loki is nearby. We're going to activate our Caltraps. We're able to reveal him. We're able to get the pick onto the Loki. Love that. Nice little turnaround. He was chasing us. We were very weak, and we were able to just melt him. Vulcan's nearby. He places his turret. We're going to blink past his turret. Use our 2. Get the stun under tower. Basic. And we're able to get the pick onto the Vulcan. Very nice. We're able to clean up 3 people in mid. A soft triple kill. So we didn't get a triple kill, but we killed 3 people in pretty close time. We just didn't really connect any within the time that it takes to get a multi-kill. Whenever this happens, I like to call it a soft version of whatever it is. So yes, we didn't get the triple kill, but we got a soft triple kill.
Your team has destroyed.
I like building Tsukuyomi a little bit different than I do with my other assassins. I like picking up Heartseeker after going into Jotunn's Wrath. Then we're going to go into some hybrid items to give us some tankiness. We are the highest level in the lobby. We are 8-0-1. We're doing a great job farming this game.
On my way.
Looks like Loki is trying to get some pressure onto our Mulan. We thought we saw him, but we didn't. Sylvanas is now over there. Alma's over there. It's at least 2. It's a 3v1. We're going to rotate up. We're going to throw out our Caltraps. Go for this Loki first. We're able to get the pick onto him. We're going to go for the Sylvanas next. We're kind of getting chunked, so we're going to use our ultimate. We're going to use our 1. We're able to get the pick onto the Sylvanas. Oh, it's not looking good. Oh, the Dukes! But she's able to clean us up with a basic attack. Unfortunate. We traded 2 for 1 there. Alma did go down. So it was really a 2 for 2. But we took out 2 people before going down.
Your right tower is under attack.
I think that was worth. We're going to go ahead and pick up Heartseeker. Heartseeker is going to provide us 65 physical power, 200 mana, 20 MP5, and 10% physical penetration. It has a passive that your abilities deal an additional 2% of the target's maximum health as physical damage. If you have over 200 physical power, your ability bonus damage scales up. This effect reaches a maximum of 5% maximum health damage at 400 physical power. Subsequent hits on the same target do 75% of the bonus damage for the next 3 seconds. So our physical power is sitting at 226. So Heartseeker is just now starting to scale up.
Take this jungle buff.
We're going to let Mulan know that we're going for a blue. She's going to take the enemy blue, so it's fine that we just drop it.
Ultimate is ready.
We're going to go ahead and drop the red buff. Cronus goes down on the left. This Hachiman is very weak. Get an ultimate off on him, we'd be able to get the pick. We're just going to run past the minion wave. There's the Hachiman. He's under tower. We're going to make it look like we left. Oh, hello, Hachiman. We're going to use our ultimate. And we're able to get the pick onto the Hachiman. We're kind of in a bad spot right now, so we just want to run back to a safe spot. There's Loki. Our 3 was a little too close to us. If we would have cast it a little farther away, we would have been able to see where Loki was going.
An enemy has been slain.
There are 1. We miss our movement speed steal. I think the ranged 1 is very interesting. That's not just a slow, but it's a movement speed steal. So you're going to gain increased movement speed if you land it too. Good 3 by the Vulcan. We're going to go ahead and back. They have 3 physical characters, so we're going to start going into the Void Shield. If you've watched any of my jungle videos, you'll know that I'm a huge fan of going into some hybrid items to get some tankiness. This is going to allow you to fight longer in the fight. You won't be able to burst down quite as much, but you will be able to survive and kind of keep going at it. There are a few characters that have an exception, but ability-based characters, I like picking up Void Shield and Ancile. Auto attack characters like Bakasura or Nemesis, I would not. Then there's also like Thanatos, who I would not build any hybrid items on. I'd just go into full damage. I'm going to try to get Mulan to hit this Greater Scorpion with us. This is going to enhance our blue buff and our yellow buff. Vulcan and Sylvanas in mid. That's a beads. We do have our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and cast it. Sylvanas uses his ultimates. We could have beads that. We beads very late right there. Looks like we're out. Oh no. We are never out when there's a Loki on the field. We go down to Loki. That was just kind of a lapse in judgment for us. We were like, oh, it's just Sylvanas. Hachiman also rotated in.
Kill.
So we should have fallen back to the tower instead of just kind of taking it easy in the middle of the lane.
Stepping away for a moment. They took the laser base. Keep that score up.
Kronos is able to get the pick onto the Loki. Right now we have the tier 2 of Void Shield.
Your right tower is under attack. I'm going for Jotunn. Let's go.
Ooh, that Kronos got lucky.
Middle enemy tower.
A little more damage and he would have gone down for that.
Enemy missing middle.
Mulan's pushing the minion, so we're just going to drop her blue buff for her. If nobody was pushing right, we would have cleared the minions before going for the blue buff. The reason being that a full minion wave is going to give us more XP than a single camp. So we would want to clear the wave while it's still full and then hit the blue buff.
Missing left.
We try to get some pressure onto this Ama. Activator 3. Heartseeker is doing its job. We get the movement speed slowed. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Now that we've baited out her dash. And we're able to get the pick onto the Amaterasu. So 2 archers is not worth more than the 2 harpies. It would have been more effective to go for the harpies. We do have our blink. We might be able to do something pretty fancy right here. We're going to blink up. Sylvanas did a good job body blocking for that Vulcan as he backed. Pretty poor 3 placement from us. We're going to activate our 1, get the movement speed slowed. Oh no, Hachiman kind of chunks. We're going to have to peel back, wait for our abilities to come off cooldown, use our 2, get the disarm. We missed the stun. We're going to activate our 1, throw the ranged 1. Mulan's able to get the pick onto the Hachiman. We're able to get the pick onto the Loki. They have 3 down, so we should be able to push this tower. Oh no, we just took a lot of damage. Our team's falling back, so we're going to rotate away. Amaterasu is kind of chasing us, we can tell from the minimap. We're going to get to the safe position of our teammates, keep falling back, activator 3.
Game over. Later.
If anyone was chasing that way, they'd get slowed by our 3. Now that we have Hell here, we're getting heals, so we're going to get back into this fight. We're going to throw out our 1. We miss our movement speed steal. That is a soft deicide. Sylvanas came up just in time to make that not a deicide. With 3 down and our whole team essentially here, we should be able to try to get this Phoenix. Go ahead and use our ultimate, trying to get to this back line. We're going to focus the Phoenix. Nobody's really focusing it.
Not even my froglings could save them.
We're able to get the pick onto the Hachiman. Loki's nearby. We get the movement speed slow onto him. And we're able to get the left Phoenix. It did cost us 2 people, but I think that is worth it. We have a fat penny in the pocket, sitting at 3,200 gold. That was a Vulcan ultimate. I don't know where he was aiming. I don't even think we saw it. We're going to go ahead and back. We're going to get Void Shield. Oh no. Okay, good. We're going to get Bumba's Hammer before Ancile. Bumba's Hammer is a fantastic item. It's going to provide us 300 health, 200 mana, 10% penetration, and 20% cooldown reduction. It has a passive that after casting an ability, your next basic attack deals an additional 80 true damage. After hitting a basic attack empowered by Bumba's Hammer, your active cooldowns are reduced by 1 second and you heal for 5% of your maximum health. So right now, we are sitting exactly at 40% cooldown reduction. Once we pick up Ancile, we're going to be at 50%, which is 10 over. We throw out our 1. We're just going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We don't want to get stunned. Probably didn't need to ult her right there, but we did. Going to go ahead and start working on the fire giant. The enemy Loki's nearby. Vulcan's ult should still be down. That's the one ult we would need to worry about on the enemy team. We kind of chase down, do a little bit of zoning. We really need Chronos on the fire giant. And the enemy team is able to secure it. Super unfortunate. That was a very contested fire giant. We probably should have peeled back and gone for picks. We've lost 2. We've lost 3. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. Hachiman uses his Aegis. We get the disarm. We miss the stun. We're going to throw out a 3, get the slows. We're going to start falling back. We don't have the mana for this. Our hell leaves. I believe the hell is coming back. We blink the Vulcan ultimate. That feels really good. And we're able to get out. Oh, I forgot to go over Void Shield. Void Shield is going to provide us 20 physical power, 60 physical protections, and 150 health. It has a passive that enemy gods within 55 units have their physical protections reduced by 15%. And then we just picked up Ancile. Ancile is going to provide us 60 physical power, 30 magical protections, and 10% cooldown reduction. Bit of a fight going on. We're just going to peel back, hang out in the back line, wait for an opportunity to fight someone. That's a stun onto the Vulcan. We're going to go in, use our 2. We get knocked up. We're going to use our ultimate. We are not going to really be able to fight this anymore. Our mid comes back. We're going to throw out our 1, throw out our basic, and we're able to clean up the Sylvanas. The passive on Ancile. Oh no. Loki's able to ult us. Not too much we can do there. The passive. Whenever you take magical damage from an enemy, you're going to unleash a shockwave that silences all enemies within a range of 30 units for 1 second. This effect can only trigger once every 30 seconds. So between Bumba's Hammer and Void Shield, we really have 35 physical penetration. Void Shield is not just going to benefit us, it's also going to benefit the Fenrir and the Mulan. However, the 20% from Bumba's Hammer only helps us. Oh my goodness, I remember how this game ends. I completely forgot, but now I remember. A little bit of foreshadowing. Our minions are dealing a lot of damage to the Titan. We're going to go ahead and push up right a little bit. Mulan went mid, so we're going to keep pushing up right. while they have a Phoenix down, we should be trying to push some of the other lanes. Loki's rotating from right to mid. We're going to rotate ourselves, try to counter-rotate with him. That's a Vulcan ultimate. That's a Loki ultimate. I'm going to throw out our 3, throw out our 1, throw out our basic 1. These are beads. We're going for this Hachiman. We're able to get the pick onto him. I'm going to throw out our 1. We're able to get a double kill. We missed the stun. Loki's right on us. Amma's also here. We're going to start peeling away. We do have our blink. We use our 2 for the movement speed increase. And we blink the Loki 2. We're going to throw out our 3. Looks like he walked the other way. Just the power of the 3. Loki's still chasing us. We throw out our 3, we get the stun, and we're able to clean up the Loki. Pretty silly of him to chase me like that. If we take a look at the top of the minimap, the minions almost have the Titan down. You can't even see the Titan's health on the minimap.
That's too bad. No problem.
Attack the Titan.
On my way.
Hachiman's finally cleaning up left lane. The Phoenix is about to come back up.
On my way.
So right now we are in a position where we could dive the Titan and get the pick. However, if that Phoenix comes back up and it stays up, the Titan's going to be immune to damage. So we need this Phoenix to be down. We get the Phoenix. Kronos is going for the Titan. And we're able to secure the victory. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That really helps this video out. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.